guys. How are you doing? Hope all is well and you're having a great day today. It's Saturday. And I didn't film anything earlier because I'm doing a day in the life vlog and failing at it. I wanted to just try it to see if I could do it. Today, I'm just doing stuff around the house. So that's why I haven't put up any messages yesterday or today. So, or did I put one yesterday? Or for today, for sure. That's the excuse. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this because as I'm cleaning and organizing, I'm always watching a video. And I was watching Mr. Peter Monn's video talking about Shane Dawson and a return possibly with Jeffree Star. We all know what happened with Dramageddon. Yay. What we're forgetting, which I love, that Peter comes with receipts and is refreshing everybody's memory on what Shane said back in the day. Now that there's like an upcoming speculated collab with Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. Okay, and the only reason I'm coming and saying my opinion is because of what I've been through. I only put messages out that I can relate to so that I could speak on them. So let me say it like this, okay? So, for those of you that don't know, aren't familiar with the makeup beauty community and the drama, there was this huge thing they called, instead of Armageddon, they called it Dramageddon, and it was like 1 through 10 is what I would I would label a lot of those, and it was a huge thing that kind of blew up the beauty community. Like there was a bunch of gossip, a bunch of lies being told on people, a lot of speculation, a lot of like people were their careers were lost in this and haven't recovered since then. Okay. This is how big it was. Like people took major financial losses and you know, the beauty community is seen in a certain way because of this drama that happened. And now I think the beauty community is now on TikTok more now. Not so much on YouTube, but they're kind of coming back this way. So maybe I'm hoping we can recoup the beauty community because I actually loved it. Didn't like the drama. Yes, I'm guilty of watching and stuff like that. So I am, I guess, part of the takedown. If we were all watching it and we were all, buying into the products that were being sold, because apparently the drama that was going on was for the conspiracy palette. Every time like a launch was going to happen with certain influencers, there was some sort of drama that would pop off, but they took that like way too far, and I think it was partially manufactured, and certain people were the scapegoat, certain people were the sacrificial lambs, and I think that was all just they just went way overboard for that. It's because they were used to doing, and this can relate to things that happened to me these past 8 months. Okay, people were accustomed to taking people down, talking shit about people to take them out of the equation. Okay, people were accustomed to doing things a certain way, doing dirty things, doing things, you know, lying on people just to make them look bad, or starting drama just to make themselves look better, right? They specifically manufactured all of this drama, which was all lies, or stretched out truths or white lies. They specifically did that, okay, to drum up, drama for these launches every time. Jeffree Star, since he's been in the picture, which my feelings are mixed with Jeffree. I don't hate him. I don't hate him at all. But I just think he has a way of doing with things. He can't do things in a positive way, but he's just so set in his ways that negativity is what drives his businesses. And that's why his businesses ultimately, I think, will end up kind of failing because you can't have negative energy and be successful. You can't. It worked for a while, but then it did, blow up in his face. And now he's selling beef jerky somewhere in Wyoming. Okay. So I think they're trying to attempt to do a comeback, but they're using their old tactics, and they waited long enough because people forget how far people went to take people down, or allegations that were made with no receipts or anything like that. People forget. So Peter just did a video, which I'll be sure to link it down below, and he's basically reminding everybody what happened, because people have a short memory span. We have a life, we have things to do, and we can't really keep track of everything because we be forgetting, you know? We forget stuff, you know? We had to remember all these passwords. Like, how are we going to remember drama, you know? But he is reminding everybody what these people did and how hurtful it was and how people were blamed when they didn't even do anything because people will forget. So Peter is reminding everybody, look, this is all that happened and this is the letter that Shane Dawson put out that he is done with the beauty community and he doesn't want to know anything about it because they're all egotistical, whatever the hell he said. So that way you'll be reminded, whatever they release, you'll be reminded, like, look, he said all these horrible things about the beauty community. He was just here for a cash grab. We'll just call it what it is. And he was out. He blew up the beauty community and he was out. That's what he did. That is what he did. Let's just say it how it is. He saw a money opportunity, and Shane Dawson has been in the business for a long time. He knows how it works. He didn't just, oh, oops, I just so happened to be lucky, and he knows what he's doing. Okay, even though he gives off like, oh, like he's doesn't really know what's going on. Oh, he knows what's going on. Okay. Rylan has a successful career. Morgan has a successful career. Anybody that's branched off or, collab successful career. So he knows what he is doing. And he knows after a certain amount of time, people forget. And people will not remember all the hurtful things that were done because of him. And a lot of the stuff was him. It was, but he won't really admit it. He won't take responsibility for what he did. So that in turn tells me he hasn't changed. Jeffree too. Jeffree has pretty much his he still has his beauty line, but it's not as successful. Like it was a machine. He burned bridges, because he had that distribution center that all the influencers were shipping out of. They're not shipping out of him anymore. So he did some really, I mean, it's business. He shouldn't have been taking it personal. Like it was business. James Charles was shipping out lots. He had to build a whole new warehouse for 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 the stuff that he was distributing for him. Like he had to build a whole new warehouse for him. That's how good business was for him. So I think there was a little bit of jealousy there because he was young, he was new, he was controversial, but he was still, everybody loved him. They still love him. But, he has to admit, but he will not admit and he will not truly, then that means he has not truly changed. So also, whatever is coming up, and yes, I got suckered into the conspiracy palette. I still have the conspiracy palette, and I might do a video doing my makeup with it because I've honestly spent what $90 plus that was with the shipping for this fucking palette because I was bamboozled. That's when I used to have a shopping addiction. Okay, okay. So of course, I bought it. Of course, I bought it. I still have it, and I'll show it to you. I mean, it's still there intact. So I'm gonna do a video, just because they want to be back at the spotlight. So let's just go ahead and dust off those conspiracy palettes that are probably expired, and let's just go with it and see what happens. But no, I think it's a great thing that Peter is reminding us because everybody has a short memory span, and Shane Dawson knows this. Shane Dawson knows he's not going to get all of his fans, but he might get some of them back. Okay. And just enough time to make some money before everybody's like, wait a minute, didn't he do this? By that time, checks have been cashed, items have been shipped. So, anyways, and the thing with Shane, once he got with Ryland, I was very supportive of his relationship, but just the way Ryland is, there's something about Ryland that I don't like. It's something about his aura and his vibe that just doesn't, I've never liked it, but I accepted it because, it's not my relationship. And I really was a huge Shane Dawson fan. But they are totally different on camera, but I'm thinking off camera, maybe Shane Dawson is more like Ryland because you are who you surround yourself with. So I'm like, how can he put up with that? Like, that's just so annoying the way he is. But He's probably the same way off camera, because you've got your online persona. You gotta be, gotta entertain the masses, but it shouldn't be that much different than your real life. Anyway, so I'm gonna link that down below because I think you should watch this video because it's just a refresher course just to remind you of all the hurtful things that happened. I mean, I'm glad that Manny MUA and Laura Lee, I love them both, they ended up coming out on top. I think they're still successful. The they still have their beauty. They have their own makeup lines, which I always buy from Laura all the time. Manny, I have a couple things for Manny. They even had the podcast, full coverage. Is that what it's called? And it's very successful. So yeah, they tucked their tail between their legs, took a responsibility for what they did, and they've been able to make actual changes. When you watch them, you can see the actual changes from Laura Lee and Manny MUA, my future ex husband. He is so adorable, isn't he? I just love him. I just love Manny. I'm like, that's why I call him my future ex husband because he's gay. He's a gay, okay? And he knows he is. But I just say he's my future ex husband because in my mind, we get married and then he divorces me when he comes out of the closet. That's just my story and I'm sticking to it, okay? Anyways, so you could tell just by change, you could tell their changed behavior because they stayed in the spotlight. They didn't run off and hide. The ones that ran off and hide were the guilty ones who stood there 10 toes down and said, yeah, I fucked up. And here I am trying to make it right. They did. So I'm just saying, if you're going to pick a side, pick a side. But I'm not saying that Jeffree's a bad person. I'm not saying Shane is a bad person. They just need to grow a little bit more in certain areas. Will I support them if they put something out? Of course I will. I probably will. I probably will. If it entices me, I will. I probably will. Cuz Jeffree is a great businessman. He can talk me into buying anything, so I'm just admitting it right now. Okay? I might support whatever they have going on. And that's the problem. That's the problem. I shouldn't. It depends. I don't know. We'll just see how it all unfolds. I'm not saying I'm not going to because I don't want to be a liar, but there might be a small 10% chance I might be enticed. But, anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye.